Welcome back to Story Time. Now, we have heard about many Leelas and stories about the Lord, and especially about Lord Krishna, in which he plays some mischief or is up to some trick or the other. Today, let us hear a story where Lord Krishna does a wonderful dance, not like the one that we have heard about in the Ras Leela story, but something else. So this was the time when he danced on a very special stage. Can you guess what it was? Once, Lord Krishna, he was still a little boy, and he went all alone, that is without his brother Balarama, into the forest. Of course, there were some friends with him, the cowherds or the gwalas, and they had taken out the cattle to graze. It was a hot summer day, and then as they were nearing a lake, that was the river Yamuna, which had emptied out into the waters of Kalindi and formed a lake, they felt very thirsty. And so his friends, without thinking much about anything, just rushed towards the waters and started gulping the water and fell down dead. Now, why did this happen? This was because this lake Kalindi was now the home of a very poisonous snake, the famous Kalia serpent. And the reason why he came and stayed here was because he was well protected and safe from his enemy Garuda. Now we know that Garuda, the vehicle or Vahan of Lord Vishnu, is actually the natural enemy of snakes. And so the snakes, to appease him, would always keep some food offerings and delicacies to make him happy. Now once Kaliya, this serpent, was arrogant, took away all the offerings meant for Garuda, and this made Garuda very angry. He began chasing Kaliya, and pecking at his hoods made life unbearable, and Kaliya realized that if he stayed there, that would be the death of him, and began to flee. He began to flee to this place known as Kalindi because he knew about a curse that Garuda had incurred once. Garuda had made a Rishi by the name of Saubhari very angry. The Rishi's tapas had been disturbed by Garuda, and so the Rishi cursed him that if ever Garuda would step into this area around Kalindi, the area of Vrindavan, Garuda himself would fall down dead. And now Kaliya, knowing this secret, fled very quickly and reached this place, and knew that he could never again return to the place where all the other snakes lived, that place known as Ramanaka, but would have to spend all his life here in case he wanted to be safe from Garuda. Now, staying in the waters of Kalindi, the poison of Kaliya Nag, which was so ferocious and strong, had made the entire area uninhabitable. So even the birds that would fly over this stretch of the sky would fall down dead. No plants or trees would grow in that area except for a solitary Kadamba tree. The cattle could not graze or drink water here. No humans could come and consume water. And the boiling vapors of the poison would make this lake inaccessible to anybody around. However, the hero of our story, Lord Krishna, could not find this as an obstacle. But first and foremost, being a loyal friend, he looked very compassionately at the bodies of his friends and brought them back to life. And then, as they were watching in horror, he tightened his clothes, climbed the Kadamba tree, walked down to an overhanging branch, and dived into the waters of Kalindi. Now his friends were too shocked even to scream, while Krishna began splashing the waters. He splashed the water so hard that a current and waves began to rise and fall, and the peace of Kaliya was disturbed. He wondered that who would dare to enter into the waters where he ruled. And as he watched, it was just a little boy. For as we know, Krishna was still young then. And Kaliya decided to teach Krishna a lesson. So he went towards Krishna. He coiled around Krishna's body and then buried his fangs into him. Now Krishna's friends began to cry loudly because they saw that their friend was in the clutches of the most dangerous serpent they had ever known of. And not only that, the snake had bitten their dear friend also. Meanwhile, at home in Gokul, everybody began to feel uneasy. There was an air of some impending danger. And though Balarama knew that of course Krishna would be safe, he was the Lord. However, all the others, Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, Rohini Mata and all the other villagers began to hurry in search of their dear Krishna. And as they came near, they saw all the friends howling and wailing, and the sight that met their eyes was this poisonous serpent holding their dear Krishna in a vice-like grip. And Krishna seemed to be still, so they were sure that he had been poisoned. And Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, Rohini Mata all fell down unconscious. The villagers did not know what to do as they were about to jump into the water to save their dear Krishna. Suddenly, they saw a miracle. Krishna began increasing in size. As his bulk and weight increased, Kaliya could not hold on any longer and had to loosen his grip. And now Kaliya began to wonder what he should do next, while Krishna, straightening himself, suddenly leaped hard and landed on the hoods of Kaliya Nag. And standing there, he saw that now he had a stage, he had an audience, and there was music. The waters of the Yamuna, the rhythmic waves and the currents was music indeed. And to this music, to this beat, he started dancing. He began dancing gracefully, first on one hood, then on another, and waving his hands about. This dance was indeed a sight to behold. As everyone around began to watch in amazement, Krishna began to enjoy himself. He danced more and more, louder and louder, faster and faster, till Kaliya Nag did not know what to do. He began to vomit out blood, and it was soon obvious to everyone that Kaliya Nag would soon die. At that moment, the wives of this serpent approached Krishna. They began praying to him. They began asking him for mercy. They told Krishna, yes, we know that our husband committed a mistake, but you are the all-forgiving one. You are the one who punishes the evil. However, if your feet have touched the hoods of our husband, then he must have done something good. He must have done something good in his earlier life. And that is why you have blessed him with your darshan and with your touch. But please spare his life, for he is our prana. We know that he has committed a mistake, but please show mercy. And hearing these pleas of the wives of Kaliya, Krishna stepped down. Now even Kaliya realized that this is no ordinary lad. He must be the Lord himself. And so he surrendered. He asked for forgiveness and then praying to the Lord, told the Lord, Lord, I know that I spew poison. However, isn't it you who have made me like this? Then, for performing my duty, for just staying true to my nature, ought I to be punished? But yes, I know that you have not punished me. You have blessed me for doing my duty. And now I understand, if one performs one's duty truly and to the best of one's ability, even if it is poisoning the waters, then one is sure to be blessed by the Lord, for you have come and stood on my head. the saints, the rishis, the devatas all try and do penance and tapas and austerities just to get your darshan, while I, by performing my duty, have got you to stand on my head. What more can I ask for? And saying thus, he prayed and surrendered. Now Lord Krishna was very pleased. He blessed Kaliya and told him that I bless you, I will save your life, but do not stay here anymore. You can go to the ocean where you and your wives will be safe from Garuda. For Garuda is sure to spare you, because on your hoods is my footprint. Seeing my footprint, how can my vehicle Garuda come and harm you? After hearing this, Kaliya and his wife prostrated to the Lord and then left the waters of Yamuna. Now the waters of Yamuna, the lake Kalindi, again became pure just because of the touch and the miraculous blessings of Lord Krishna. And all the people were overwhelmed. Getting up from their faint, Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba and Rohini Mata witnessed all this. Balarama meanwhile was just standing there and smiling. He had all along told everybody not to worry. Krishna could take care of himself. But then it is the nature to worry about someone you love. Now everybody was happy. And as it was late in the evening, everybody decided to camp on the banks of the Yamuna river and spend the night there. It was an evening they would never forget. As for us, this image of Krishna dancing on the serpent may it remind us that if ever negativities rise within us just like a serpent's hood, then if we surrender to the Lord, He is sure to push them down, leaving behind only the imprint of His blessings. I hope you liked today's story, and if you did, do subscribe to the channel and share this story with your family and friends. And I will be back with another story next Thursday. Until we meet again, Hari Om.